What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Lush Exchange. And guess what? We got some different faces on today's show. Well, this evening's show, actually, because I'm letting everybody kind of go ahead and get in. I know you guys are just finding out that we're on. So come on in, people. Put a little chat. Say hello. And Miss Nikki V, I seen that she was in the chat already kind of sneaking and watching because she is away on some business. So we definitely got some co-hosts that's going to fill in for the precious Miss Nikki. So who do we have right about now? At the top of my right is...
I don't know which mic that you want, so I'm going to kind of... Do you want mellow mic or do you want mad mic? I don't know how
we want mellow mic. That's who we want.
Okay. Mellow.
Okay. Well, let me get my wine out. We doing mellow. All right.
Yes. I'm sipping on a little bit of something myself. So, mellow mic. So, today, guys, you're getting mellow mic. And who do we have below me?
Miss A to B. Mom First Alwayz.
Mom First Alwayz. And y'all have already kind of recognized her from 2 episodes of ours. And we did announce that Miss A to B is now a part of Lush Exchange. So, you're going to see her from time to time. But just wanted to make sure you guys, even if you don't know who she is, that is Miss A to B. And y'all, she said Mom First Alwayz with the Z. Let me put her link up there. So you guys can go ahead while you're tuning in. Go ahead and find her while you're at it. And give her a subscribe as you watch it. Just kind of get to know her just a little bit.
The subscribe button. Flutter.
Yeah, Here we go. Okay, I already have it all preloaded. So there you go.
All right, thank you.
First Alwayz, y'all check her out because she has some amazing content over there as well. And I saw her and I was like, you know what? She has to be a part of Lush Exchange. And then Mr. Mellow Mike, of course, he's always, he always come in with a lot of things to talk about during our shows, sometimes uninvited. But that's just what he do because he has a lot to say as well. Hey, J Rock. Hey,
Teresa. Hi, Teresa. Miss you too. Oh my goodness. I stay on her. Well, as soon as I go on my feed, Teresa be like dancing. She on TikTok now.
Thanks for tuning in. And she got her sip too. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. We're sipping today because this is going to be a special episode because, it's always special when you have other guests on. So, even though she's not a guest, she's family now. So, hey, Mill Meeks. Oh, speaking of your last name.
I know. I'm looking at. I'm like, wait a minute. Is it Meek Mills? Is Meek Mills trying to holler at us right now? Because we're about to talk some trash.
Yeah, I think we're about to talk some Lush buzz. Let's go ahead and get into that since that name kind of just brought it on up. So, as some people don't know, of course. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Miss Maggie T.
Hey. You didn't.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. I'm like, did I forget to introduce my own self?
Yeah, you did. That's just that's just the type of person you are. And that's why I'm here.
I'm always giving you guys the shine. Always. So now the Lush Buzz is, if people don't know this segment, this is pretty much our trending topics. Not necessarily celebrities all the time, but whatever is hot at the moment. So today's topic, and I know everybody kind of seen what's been going on, but social media is canceling out Meek Mill right about now. If you haven't heard what's been happening, I would definitely elaborate you guys on that and kind of fill you in for those that don't know what's been going on, because it's hard to keep up with celebrity gossip and things like that. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. So it's like, I'm okay with Meek Mill, but of course I don't follow him like that. But this just kind of got the headline because of who spoke on it as well. So I'm going to put up the screenshot of what happened so you guys kind of be informed on what happened here. But to me, it was a little too soon for all of this to happen. But in case you guys didn't know, let me get that picture back. Sorry. All right. So I hope you can see it. So basically, Meek Mill put out well, there is a new unreleased song that kind of reportedly got leaked or whatever. And the title of the song is called "Don't Worry, Rest in Peace, Kobe." And they said it was leaked last week. So in the lyrics, it says, "This be, I'm effing, always tell me that she love, but she ain't ever showed me." The song goes, "Yeah, if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It's about to be another Kobe." Pretty much. So Chopper, Kobe. And then, of course, additional to that, Lil Baby is also apparently on this song, but his was not as insensitive. He just basically said, "I have a son, so I can name him Kobe, daughter Gigi." And he said, so he's actually apparently on this track as well. But those are the insensitive comments that kind of got leaked there. And, and apparently, though, his wife, Vanessa, she kind of got a hold of it and heard about it. And she even admitted she doesn't even follow Meek Mill. But I guess everybody was kind of chiming in on her, like, "Y'all check this out." Some things are going on and, saying about what's happening. And before we get to what she had to say, how long has it been, Ada? Did you find out how long it's been for Kobe? I know it's about a year now, isn't it?
Right. No, I did not. But
okay.
It was was it February? Was it the end of January or February?
I'll get that right now for you.
Okay.
As a matter of fact.
Because at this point we're still the thing is that we're still in February. So whether we're a couple of weeks shy, his name should not be displayed on anyone's song just to get recognition. Yeah. That's pretty bad that you got to step on someone's coffin in order to be discussed, because he's right. Like, there was a guy who I told you about. Remember, I tried to send you the link.
Yeah, it was a guy.
I think it's called his I'm going to get his name. And he was the one who was like, "Listen, I do like Meek Mills. A lot of people don't know him. But it was still wrong of him to go about doing that."
And he died in January, according to
because Meek. It wasn't only Kobe who passed away. It was Kobe's kid who passed away.
Yes.
It was other family members in that helicopter who passed away.
Absolutely.
And for you to sit there and think, for you to have the audacity to do something like that, I don't even care. Listen to me. Even if that was my own son doing something like that, I'd be like, "Don't do that."
You'll check them.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't disrespect people like that. And let me tell you something, Kobe, I cried when Kobe died. Absolutely. When that accident, when I found out that Kobe passed away, I literally screamed. We were all watching a family movie. Actually, something with NFL. Something was going on. Wasn't there like a Pro Bowl? Wasn't it during the Pro Bowls that it was announced last year? I believe so. I think it was during the Pro Bowl. And when it was announced, they cut football they interrupted football for this announcement,
because that is a legend. He is a legend. He is somebody you just don't.
We were all like, I screeched because I was like, "What?" And I had to like go on my phone because we're all attached to our phones, and I had to go on CNN to actually verify, even though it's there, it's displayed. And why would NFL do that? But he was such a motivational speaker. He was more than just his basketball game on the court. And Absolutely. For you to, I hate to say it, no, I heard about Meek Mills, and this, I'm gonna say this, and I'm just gonna be shocked because I'm like because when I found this out, I was like, okay, Meek Mills. A lot of people like him. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't even know who he is. So for you to try to compare yourself to somebody who like Kobe Bryant and think you can get away with it, and then put it on a song, for me, I don't know him, and guess what? I wouldn't want to now. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
You just lost. That was a very distasteful thing, and nobody should have checked you. You should have checked yourself on that.
I mean, for one thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into what Vanessa had to say, and basically, she is pretty much saying what we felt. I found this line to be extremely insensitive and disrespectful. Period. I am not familiar with any of your music, but I believe you can do better than this. If you're a fan, fine. There's better ways to show your admiration for my husband. This lacks respect and tact. Now, Meek Mills put out a tweet after that where he was kind of like lashing out and everybody was coming after him about these, lyrics and everything. But then he backtracked and took it away and comes back and say, I apologize to her in private earlier today to the public and not to the public. Nothing I say on my page directed to an internet viral moment. So basically he's saying he apologized to her and his outburst wasn't towards her, but it was like right after, in private. So you got so much mouth to say publicly.
So was he waiting? So if it wasn't for the leak, he was waiting for it to be released. He was waiting. So that's what he was waiting for. He was waiting to get revenue off of a dead man.
Yes.
I gotta say this.
Either way, it was gonna come out.
I have to say this. This is, I'm gonna say, and this is going to be controversial that I even say, but the issue is Meek Mills, but there's a bigger issue that we're not speaking on. We're not thinking about. The bigger issue is that we have guys that were in office that have made it popular to disrespect people. It doesn't matter if you're dead, you're alive. This guy has made it popular to say whatever the hell you want to say. Okay, I'm sorry, but no, because this right here, this is the reason why guys like Meek Mills. No one knows Meek Mills. I haven't heard. I don't remember. I can't tell you. Look, I am a hip hop fan. I can go back to the 70s and sing songs. Okay, I know hip hop. I don't know Meek Mills, but he's made it popular to say whatever the hell that they want to say, anytime, any place. And one thing we got to do is just that.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's it. As a people, we have to do a better job of this policing these guys. Like, come on, man. Like as fans, why are we buying his record when he totally disrespects a human being, a human life, families, and people who are still hurting over this? Why are we allowing that? We as a people have to do better than that, period. So we can say that, oh, this is Meek Mills, but the problem is Miss A to B, is Miss Mad Mike, Miss Maggie, Mel Meeks, Jessica Styles. We as a people have to do a better job of going at these people, not supporting these guys when they do disrespectful things like this. We got to do a better job at that.
Well, you know what? It's a cancel culture right about now. So he probably lost a lot of respect. And if I was for him, I wouldn't even release this track. I just wouldn't even do it.
I think that I agree. Like, I think that we all make dumb mistakes. I think that obviously whoever's around him, isn't doing him any service. Yes. But I do believe that people, if they apologize the right way, they do deserve another chance, right? Because we're all humans. But I think the best way to do that, like Maggie said, was, you know what? I was wrong for that. You know what? I'm just going to push this to the side.
I'm going to push that. Let me do another song.
Let me push it aside. I'm gonna still come out, but that one particular song, you know what? Let me edit this. Let me show you how remorseful I am, or how foolish I was. And then guess what? I'm going to say, you know what? Now I'm really going to buy his song. I'm really going to support him because he was a man of his word. He had integrity. Somebody corrected him. He saw it. He said, all right, I messed up. All right. Don't put your pride up. Let it go. You messed up. Okay, fine. But I'm telling you, if he goes with this song, I'm telling you, he's only going to bury himself, his music, right along with Kobe, because that's we're going to associate that every time. Bum, 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 every time. Yeah.
Kobe is just such an inspiration to everybody. And one big issue that I have is that One of the reasons why, I'm pushing the envelope as far as having women a part of my sports organization. Like Maggie and I, like we want to make sure that women are being respected. Like that's for me, that is above all. Like that's above all, because one thing that a lot of people don't know, and if you knew Kobe did a lot of things for young women. Mm-hmm. He wanted to make sure that young women had just, if not more, chances than a lot of male athletes. They don't have that. So for him to disrespect Kobe's wife, he's disrespecting his living children. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Like honestly, if we take anything away, when you have, they were given, that speech they gave for Kobe when Michael Jordan actually spoke up. You remember Michael Jordan giving that speech when I don't know what they call it, like a memorial or something that they did, that all the stars stood up and they all spoke, and then Michael Jordan, who doesn't like to talk to nobody in public. He doesn't affiliate. He thinks Michael Jordan is right here, and everybody's down here.
Yeah.
He actually acknowledges. He goes in a mic and says he valued how he was as a father and encouraged him to be a better father to his two twins that are like all his kids, but the little ones now, his twin daughters, because of Kobe. Mm-hmm. This is a type. See, with Kobe, once I fell in love with basketball. Right, that was the first sport that I actually really liked. Like, because I really, long story, don't want to talk about that part. But I fell in love with basketball, and the first person I actually fell in love with was Kobe, and it was after his retirement. It was during Muse. What was that documentary? It was called MUSE. It was a documentary that he put out.
Right.
There was two documentaries he did. It was the second one that he put out that he actually talked. It was like an aftermath of everything that happened. And I wish I was that person to interview him, because it was just like, wow, he spoke the truth. He talked about his wrongings. So we're not talking about a man who was perfect. He talks about his imperfection. He talks about all his flaws. He says, yeah, I messed up. Yeah, I heard my wife actually wound up getting a miscarriage because of everything I put her through during a time in our lives when we almost got a divorce.
He was a real man.
He put that out there. He says that. See, this is the type of man he is. So Meek Mills, all you got to do is just remove the bar, show up, and keep going, man.
Yeah.
Let it go. You're the one that's dragging this whole thing out. I bet you if you put a nip and say, you know what? Listen, I apologize, Vanessa. It was wrong. Okay, I get that, right? Because he doesn't have to apologize to nobody else. All right, fine. If that was it. But you know what? Even more, I'm going to remove that bar. That's it.
And I want to go back to what Teresa said. She said, and to be honest, I think he's a little slow anyway. So excuse him and bless his heart. He made a mistake, and I hope he learned from it. Now, I kind of agree with that, because I've been kind of seeing like Meek Mill's been in the news lately with a lot of controversy and
really. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's just kind of been in the spotlight for some stuff that him and that whatever his name is, whatever his Takeshi, whatever.
Listen, I had to like. I got a feel for his music, and I see. I'm not gonna lie. I see why people would like Meek Mills if you listen to his songs. Like I got this one song. I forget the name of the song. It was an intro. I don't know. I went on his YouTube channel and I saw just said intro. It didn't say what the track name was. And I was like, okay, all right, not bad. All right. So why are you doing this to yourself? Like, I don't know. Like,
you know what? It could be because a lot of, I don't think he's like one of the top, 5-10 artists. So he's really trying to find a way.
Well, listen, we're talking. Where is he from? Meek Mills, isn't he from like the Northeast? He's from my way, isn't he? Because my niece who's into rap hard likes Meek Mills. Yeah. Right? I don't like I not that I don't like him, I don't know him, right? But for like kids like in their 20s and 30s and like New York, New Jersey, our area, like Meek Mills. And I really hope he has a window opportunity for the people who don't know him to know him. Get it fixed, man. That's all you got to do. And now, if you do that, I'm going to like your stuff, and I'm actually going to listen to your stuff now. Because I'm like, you know what? He was a stand-up dude. But I hope he don't fold like a little bee and act funky and stupid, cocky, put his pride up, because it's not going to get you anywhere.
And I want to highlight this. This is the family of Vincent Truitt here in Georgia. And his mother and father, that's his father right there. But I think it's his father. And I apologize if I'm wrong. But it was a young man that got shot in the back in Cobb County. And it's just been kind of big in news and media. And they actually just acquitted the officers that was being charged for that. And basically just saying that there was no wrongdoing, pretty much. So I just kind of wanted to highlight a little bit about that, because he was putting in the chat. So I appreciate you, Denario Truitt. Attention is a terrible drug. That's right, Jess K. Styles. Yes. So
wow, I like that. Attention is a horrible drug.
So let's go ahead.
It's true. Some people go extra. Yeah.
Go ahead. I was saying we're gonna finish it up here because we talked about Meek Mill. I'm done with him.
Sorry.
Giving him enough attention. I'm just saying. No offense to you. No, I'm just saying we're giving him enough attention as well. Just like Teresa said, he's making sales because we're talking about it. People are going to look for those lyrics and want to play it. So that's streaming and things that he's going to get paid for this. Well, if he releases it, but he should.
Yeah, but us talking about it. Forgive me, but I believe the contrary. Us talking about it, people are still like, there's only a few people who are saying that. Oh, turn the attention away. I think that. Yeah, people will go search for it and look for it, but I think he has like I said again, he has a window opportunity. I hope he doesn't blow it, to do something about it and to lead by example. I hope he does that, because then I'll be like, you know what, they're talking about him. He corrected himself, and I get it. He's young. You do that. You make mistakes. You as a celebrity, you got so much pressure on you to come out with good music to please your people. He probably was looking at it as relevance. Let me add someone in our era. Let me put some history in my music for someone who was a part of our world. And it was the wrong way to do it.
It was the wrong way to do it.
It's a right way to do things. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just a right thing to do. You can put Kobe. You could have put Kobe's name in there. Besides that, like it's people have. That's why I say that son of a gun that was in the office. He just made it popular to do the wrong thing. It's like we got to get back to our morals and standards and having standards and standing for something besides I need attention. Like everybody needs attention. Everybody needs damn attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Mike just he just done took over my.
No, I agree. Soul. I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And that's like a whole nother politic conversation. That I'm passionate about. That's why I'm like this. That's why I'm like this.
That's why
because you don't want to get me started. You're gonna be like Maggie, be like, Miss A to B, mute her, please, mute her.
But we're definitely getting ready to get into what we're coming here for. Of course, Meek Mill, that was pretty much a big topic, and really couldn't just put that in 5 minutes, to be honest, because that Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant. That's just what it is. So, but what we're actually talking about today is parents that interfere with your relationships. So,
do you mind if I just say one thing about that? The reference that I was speaking of, I just wanted to say, if you look up on YouTube, it's JLOOKITZ JAY, you'll hear what he had to say about it. And I thought it was a pretty fair observation of what that was. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So, and yeah. And y'all check him out as well. But yeah, let's get into the topic of the hour though. So parents that just got a little too much involvement in your relationship with your significant other, and you just feel, they're just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're living through you or what it is, but they just feel like they have to be completely involved in what you got going on with that mate of yours, and just always around, just always got something to say about what you're doing and how you're doing and how you're raising your kids, just the whole nine, and I have experienced this on the opposite end. It wasn't my own mother, but it was somebody I was dating's mother that just always.
Somebody was dating's mother. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to give too much information, but, yeah, just always just nosy for one thing. I always just had to make sure she put her 2 cents into stuff. And for one thing, he went to her with this information. No, he volunteered this information. Whenever we was going through some stuff, it's always was, she heard about it. Oh, what's going on? Because my son he's just not, I just noticed that he's not in a good mood. Everything's all right over there. What are you really?
No. Oh, I got rid of somebody for that. I was like, what? Your mama, you calling your mama for this? You're not a man. Yeah. You're not a man.
Yeah.
I don't think
you know why? Okay.
I've actually had the opposite. I've never had. It's like their parents have always, outside of one parent, like for the most part, their parents pretty much love me. I've not to toot my own horn, but their parents are always pretty much like me. But that one person and parent did try to make and put little tidbits into their thinking. Like anything would go wrong, and he would have something to say about everything. And like those are the situations for me personally, man. It kind of drove me crazy as someone that was being in, because like if you even you do anything, you hear about you didn't feed the baby, you didn't do this, I didn't wash the dishes, I mean, whatever it is, he finds out some damn how. All right, now he's looking at you lazy son of a gun. You should have fed my child. Like anything pops, anything you do, they find out. So for me personally, man, I didn't like it, and I know Miss Maggie got some things that we can kind of go into. Avoiding those types of parents.
Oh yeah. So Miss Ada, you said you had to let someone go. So what was that situation? What made you decide, what, this is not it for me?
Okay. Well, I definitely want to say, you guys know I love my son dearly, but you see, I'm doing my job now so I can release. Go. Learn yourself. I do that with his friends now. I can publicly say this because, I have no hair on my tongue. I'm not crazy about his friends. Some of them. I have only one that I like. But you think I'm going to get in the middle of that? That's his business, not mine. I can't dictate that. I could tell you, hey, listen, this is how I feel about it, because I'm not going to lie. But that's it. I let it go. Yeah, that's it. Let him live. Yeah. I let you go. I'm not going to, what? Your friend? Because I want you to come to me. I want to be your best friend. Mm-hmm. And whatever you like, I love. So you come to me, we talk. That's between you and I. Nobody else got to know what goes on. Just like my marriage. I had to learn throughout life, keep your relationship private.
Thank you.
Nobody needs to know all your business. So as far as I'm concerned, my son is just that type of person that I'm not going to have to worry about that, because he don't tell me nothing. He'd be like, nah, you don't have to worry about that, Mom. I'm good. I'm good. And now you know what I say? All right.
Okay.
Let me know. Because I've given you that hand to let you know I'm here. You know I got your back. I'll go to war with you, for you. I'll die for you. This is truth. This is truth. This is how I really feel. But if you choose to be with somebody and then you ask me how you feel about it, I'm going to tell you. Now, if you continue with that, that's on you.
That's on you. Exactly.
And when I see that person, I'm going to say, hello, hi, how are you? Am I going to be, hey, you want some tea? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I ain't going to be like, oh, get rid of this person, this and that, because you know what? That's your life. You got to learn your lessons.
You do. You
got to learn your lessons.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you're absolutely right there. Meek Mills. Mel Meeks. At a certain age as adults, you have to learn that you can confide in your parents about your relationships. No, you can't. I'm sorry. It opens the door for the parents to overstep their bounds. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You just can't go to mom about every single thing that's going on with you. I'm sorry. I know you love your mother, but like you're teaching your son, he has to learn on his own, because guess what? He's going to depend on you and how you feel and what he should do. And guess what? He's going to always, Mom, something's going on and what should I do? And he's not going to know how to handle himself. Heartache, all of that. He's going to go through that. He's going to go through breakups and things like that. So he has to experience that on his own. He has to fall in order for him to walk, and Definitely. Be stronger, so you gotta let your children do that.
Not Jewish, Polish. There was a Polish we were former classmates, and she told me one thing. She told me I loved her personality. She's a very reserved, classy girl, and a woman rather. And she tells me, she's like, I have her husband. She goes, I love my mother-in-law, and I was like, well. She hardly talks like that. So I'm like, what is she talking about? Love? Like, so now I'm intrigued. I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you saying that? And she goes, my mother-in-law, no matter what's going on between my husband and I, she never gets involved. She don't ask me questions. She goes, she shows up. Mm-hmm. She's there for us. Whenever we need her, she's there. But she never gets in my business. She keeps it neutral. And she was like, and I feel comfortable with that. And you're not... The people your child chooses to be with don't got to be head over heels crazy about you either. Okay. It ain't about that. It's about being cordial and having mutual respect, because you want to keep your relationship going with your child. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest, that's the number one key, your child. Mm-hmm. And you're going to do whatever you have to do to make sure you maintain that. And that means that you got to suck it up. And you gotta deal with people that you really don't want to deal with, and you just like thinking, oh, my son could do better. That's gonna take away from your experience with his timeline. You should be like, what? I'm just glad my son's alive. Mm-hmm. I'm glad my son he's doing things.
I want to ask you a question. Do you think for me personally, I think there's, and this is just the way I feel, that men and women should be. It's a difference. If you are, as a man, you're going to your mother and complaining or saying this about, like, for me personally, I think a man should go to only his father when he's dealing with his significant other, and not to your mother, because his mother is going to have that protective nature about her. Man, he's going to tell his son how to do things, how to handle these things. And if you're a woman, only go to your mother. That's just the way I say. Do you guys think that's the proper way to go about it?
Depends on your relationship with your mother.
Yeah, depends on your relationship with your mother, though.
It depends. Like, honestly, my mom, she's that type of person. She cares a lot about everyone. So there's some things that I learned that I'm like, this is the truth. I have filters. So the first person I go to, it's like the mafia in our family. So the first person I go to when really things are really, really happening, I go to my sister. And then my sister, we'll call my brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then once that happens, then it's like, okay, let's talk to mom. But as far as like my personal, like what's going on with me personally, I outweigh it, and I try to see like, will this worry her? You know, like I'm even talking about things like, you know, 2 years ago, I got my annual mammography, and they sent me a letter saying that they found something and there could be a possibility that it's cancer. I wasn't going to call my mother for that. I said, let me go first. Let me go for the second screening. Let me go for the ultrasound first. Let me follow all the steps before I get anybody else involved. And look, nothing happened. Nothing became of it. And then I told her. And then she goes, oh my God, how come you didn't tell me that when you first found out? And I said, because why am I going to have you worrying about something that I don't even know about yet? Why would I do that? So why would
I'm saying a lot. Forgive me. Maybe it just isn't me. Okay. Just forgive me for the thing. Why? I'm like, why we got so many guys going to tell their mom everything? Like, I don't get that.
Like I told you, there was one first of all, it was that rebound relationship that I had. And I really didn't want to be in this. It was to the tail end where I was like, you know, when you throw that F it, I'm leaving. Bye.
Right.
Bye. Yeah, like, it was like towards the end of it before, like, you know, after 9/11, that was my defining moment. See, my thing is, we, as women, we have these scores, right?
Okay.
Oh, you did that? Okay. Put it over here. You did that? All right. Put it over here. You did this? Over here. So we have pros, cons all day. That's what we're doing. Well, when you do something stupid, like, all right. So when I start seeing cons outweighing the pros, I'm like, I'm out. Mm-hmm. And that defining moment was his mama calling me. And this is what she says. She goes, let me give you, because she calls me up, right? Because he was like, I'm leaving. I was like, bye. And I slept very well that night. Very well. Very well. I was in peace. I was like, good. Woo. You know what I'm saying? So
relief.
The phone rings. Hello. Hi, how are you?
You doing my baby?
This is Mama. This is Mama calling me. This is Mama. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Let me give you a piece of advice.
Oh, no, Mama.
And then she told me in Spanish. So I was like, and my thing is that I speak Spanglish. I'm like, I was born Puerto Rican, but I have, you know, I grew up with, you know, Black culture. So I learned more street Spanish. So my thing is that there's a few words, like there's a lot of words that I could say. It ain't gonna be cute.
Yeah.
But this is his mom, and I don't want to be disrespectful. Not because I already knew it was over. That for me, that was like over. Like game over. You know how like you with that Donkey Kong? Game over. When she told me, let me give you advice, I said, oh, I gotta get rid of this dude. He got his mama calling me. All right, let me listen. I said, yeah, tell me. What advice do you have? Because I'm thinking I didn't even ask you for advice, but all right, whatever. She goes, well, I'm just letting you know, you can't just be kicking a man out like that, you know, because then you don't know where he's gonna go. And I was thinking, well, he went to your house apparently.
Oh, look at Maggie's face.
He's probably right next to you. He's probably right next to you, sucking on your, you know, baby.
Whoa.
That's how I felt. I hate to be you crazy. How many years I've been holding that in? You know how many years I've been holding that in? But that's how I felt. And you know what I thought? Okay, I said, this is what I'm never going to do for my child. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to, if girl, boy, I'm never going to do that. I will never call somebody's house up and correct that person, because you know what? That's my son. That's my daughter. If I had, you know, I didn't have kids then. That's my child's place to do that. Yeah. I'm not gonna call somebody. Yeah, she really crossed that boundary, and I was like, ah. And now, like I said, it was towards the end, and I was just like, this is game over for me. I'm done.
That's how it was for me. And I want to go back to Miss Icy, the Rebel. That's my girl right there. Y'all follow her. She is an artist, a rapper. She's amazing. But she said sometimes your parents are the only ones you have to talk to about your relationship. Not saying that it's nothing wrong with telling your people about your family about your relationship, but there's certain things you keep to yourself, though. You know, you can kind of say, yeah, we kind of broke up and, you know, things didn't work out. But if you want to go and just, mom, and cry.
Your family's always going to be biased.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, your family's always going to be like, always. You're the winner. It's all about you. No, what did they do? Meanwhile, it could be something you did. Mm-hmm. There's 3 sides to every story. Your side, his side, and the truth. So for me to sit there and say, you know, maybe he did, you know, my thing is my son comes at me and he's gonna be like, well, such a first thing I'm gonna ask him in private is, so what did you do? What how did you nobody just pops up and was like, I'm a maniac. I can't stand you. You gotta be 2 people doing this, fighting. It ain't just one person. So what was your input in it? Don't come at me talking about what they did. I even do that with his teachers now, because now it's getting to the point where he's like going into high school and you know, he's in middle school. And he's like, the first thing I say is, let me talk to my son. I will get back to you. And then I come to him and I say, what's the deal? Because first of all, the fact that a teacher's reaching me, it's going down, because I don't get involved in your business. Mm-hmm. You in school, you doing your homeschooling business, and you have your boys, and you on Discord, and you doing all that. You multitasking. You give me A's, B's, B's, A's, A's, B's, B's, A's, and I'm gonna be like, all right, do you? Well, when a C come on, door hinges are off. Things are gonna be disconnected. Yeah, things are gonna get ugly. You don't want that. Mm-hmm. So if your teacher's reaching me, it better be about something really stupid. And this happened to be something stupid. So I asked him, I said, so what's the deal with you? And he goes, well, yeah. So I already knew he was guilty. So I was like, listen, get your stuff together. I better not get another phone call about something stupid like that. All right. This is dumb. Like, why am I talking to you about that? And he's just like, oh, my teacher, I don't want to hear it. None of my business. Get it together. And I walked away, because I'm not going to be going back and forth with his teacher and all that stuff. And the thing is, the teacher shouldn't have reached me about that, but I'm not going to go at her like that. Right. Because it was like so stupid. It was like a missing assignment. The boy had an A average in art, and she's talking to me about a missing assignment. So I said, well, she's reaching me. So all I can say is he missed it. I said, well, he said he missed it. Can he make it up? Oh, I'm afraid not. So why are you reaching me? And he got an A. Goodbye.
Exactly.
Like, come on. You calling me about something, and he got an A average. Okay, he got it. Now he got an 89. All right. Okay. So,
but I definitely want to go ahead and get into the next portion of this now that we kind of brought it up, and you know, the relationship that's your parents kind of have in your relation, you know, just being too much involved. Let's talk about how can you pretty much stand up to that situation, because they're there all the time. They got something to say about how you raise your kids, how you comb their hair, how you cook your food, why my son ain't got this and this, that, and the other. Now we need to know how to get up out of this situation. You know, just kind of like, look, lady or sir, anybody, whoever is interfering with this, how to not let your family dynamics affect your significant other. So, because there's got to be, like someone said earlier in the chat, there has to be some boundaries to this. So I did do some little research here, and I got a couple of steps about how to kind of stand up for yourself and not allow this to ruin you guys' relationship, because sometimes they just don't know when to sit their behinds down somewhere and let your son or daughter be them. Let them live. Okay, she might not tidy up like you want her to tidy up.
But so you don't have to live there. You don't got to live there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so we're going to get into that.
That annoys me.
So don't always defend your parents' behavior. So for the person on the opposite end, the son, the daughter of that mother or father, don't defend it. Because when you defend it, you're giving them a leverage. They're like, oh, yeah, because he's going to take up for me at any time. As well, don't complain about your in-laws too much. So you are the person, don't Don't complain about him, because guess what? He's hearing that, or she's hearing that, like, you just don't like my mom because of da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Especially if they got that close of a relationship, he's going to protect his family at all costs. Mm-hmm. Don't take it as an attack on yourself. So don't take it too personal when they're over there. You know what? That kitchen just need to be a little dusted a little bit. Don't take it personal. Like, get out my house. How about that? If you don't like it, you can leave. Tell them to back off. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, look, I am the mother. I am the wife of this here husband, your son. Allow me to be that for him. Can you back off, please? Mm-hmm. Understand that there is a new immediate family. So basically, you're in a committed relationship. Recognize your part. You know, you got to know that these family members are going to always be around. So you got to respect it, at least. You do. You know, so don't go off and just call all kinds of names and be this and, you know, because you want to be disrespectful. Say it in a tactful way, like, ma'am, sir, I got this. Don't make your partner attend every event. Ooh. So with that being said, don't force your partner to always have to be around these people if they're just too much involved and got opinions and critique everything that's going on. That causes issues, because guess what? They're watching how you fix that plate. They're watching how you know, talk to your children. They're watching everything that you're doing and got something to say negative. And did y'all see that? Y'all girl, you know. So if he don't want, or she don't want to attend it, don't get offended by it. Disrespect her wishes or his, wishes, because maybe it's a little too toxic, these family members, because they always got something negative to say about things. Mm-hmm. And ask your partner for advice and not your parents. Include them.
I think that's the end all be all for me. For me personally, I just think it's best to get an outside source involved outside of your parents, because like you said, like the parents, they are going to be protective. They're going to side with you regardless of the situation, even if they are fair. They're going to, unless you're beating this woman, and like even that, like if it's an abusive relationship, you still see parents take the child's side, the kid's side. They're going to take the side. For me personally, this is why I think this is where grandparents, this is where maybe a friends, a very good friends, her mother or their father that they're real close to get their opinions on things, because they're not as committed to you as far as the child is concerned. The mother child, that child and mother bond, mother father child, father and child relationship, that bond in itself is dang near unbreakable. Mm-hmm. So getting an outside source, their opinion on it, that's something that I've always done. My parents don't know almost jack crap about any of my relationships. They know who they are. They know their name, but they don't know what we've done, what we've been through. None of that. Why?
Because that's very wise. I had to learn that. I had to learn that the hard way. Like for my husband is very antisocial. Be honest. He don't like to deal with a lot of stuff. He's a working man. Mm-hmm. He goes to work. He comes home, takes care of his family, and he's good with that. Right. So, and then I'm a homebody, so it works for us. And at one point I was trying to force him into being something that he wasn't. Mm-hmm. You have to know who your significant other is. You have to really understand and accept them and not make them be, because you fell in love with them for who they are. So why are you trying to change them? And of course, like you said, not every event, but special occasions that mean a lot to you. You express it to your significant other, like, I would really like you to come to this. And yeah, of course, they're going to show up and they're going to be a part of it, right? If you ask them. But 9 out of 10, it's like, why force it? Why do that? That was a hard thing. That was very hard for me because, when it comes down to that, him and I are totally opposite, but I think that's what balances us, right? And I think that you should really, it depends on your relationship. and it depends on your partner. And really, you should never let anyone come in between that, because the minute you do, it's going to break away. And you know what? The minute that it doesn't work out, it's going to feel good to know that you're making that decision on your own, and you're able to break away, because not every relationship is going to work, right? But you're going to be able to just break off and say, you know what, it's a decision I made. Not because my sister don't like him, my brother don't like him, my cousin down the street, somebody down south don't like him, up down, Canada don't like him. Who cares about that? Right? Who cares about that? It's up to you. You're supposed to love them. And if you don't, you do something about it. But don't get your family involved. And don't let your family feel comfortable just busting up in your house and acting like they rule it. I mean, they own the place.
That's a whole.
And you know what? Every family is different, right? Some families are super tight that they can do that.
Not me and my family.
Honestly, some families. I grew up that way. I grew up with a house. Like, honestly, our doors were always open. That's the way I grew up.
That. And that's how it used to be for my aunties and them. It was just like an open door, and everybody just, it was like, what cousin is at this house today? Because the door was always open for all the family. It was like families that lived at this house. It was my big mama house. Right. And everybody at some point just lived up under that roof. So it was just, you always knew you had family when you go there. I get that. But they wasn't stepping up.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. They wasn't all each other's business either. Everybody had their own thing. They was going through, paying their bills. It's just when people are too invested in what you're doing and got something to say about what you got going on, you know what?
That's not healthy at all.
I'm pulling away.
That's not healthy at all. Honestly, listen to me. If you are out there dating, this is the truth. If you're out there dating, you're supposed to be interviewing those parents. You know what I'm saying? When you know what I'm saying? Don't get you should know what you can tolerate. When you go into, I personally think you shouldn't be meeting anybody's parents unless you're really ready to make a committed relationship and make this exclusive. There's no point even getting to know them. You need to get to know that person. After you get to know that person, and then that checks off, okay, then you go to another level. I think. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you got to go with your heart. But I'm just saying, typically, that's what you do. You don't run. And I'm talking about the younger kids. Maybe I'm talking because when you're older, you go. Experience tells you. You know what I'm saying? Experience tells you all that. I'm talking about when you first start out
dating and don't know better.
When you start out dating, you're still getting to know who you are. Number one. Then you got to go to know another person. That's number two. And if you're really ready to make that commitment, before you do, meet them parents. Because once you go in, it depends. If you're dating somebody who has a close-knit family, you got to make that decision whether or not, like, okay, can I handle that? Can I deal with that? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, depending on the in-laws, you know?
And I like what Nick Turner said. Boundaries are more important. We are not going to discuss what my partner does and doesn't do. And we're not going to discuss about my parents. It's okay to say no on both sides.
Oh, what Chrissy said, Maggie, that is a cup for your. What? Did I even notice that? I didn't notice that you kept.
My big old cup full of lovely stuff.
That's hilarious.
First of all, establish who you are and what you do from the jump, and set the tone that you got this. Yes, absolutely, you got it. You know, I don't mind advice, but don't overstep that advice. Don't try to run me and control me like you do with your son. Allow me to live and learn from it. Let me go through that experience. You might not like this person. Someone said earlier in the chat. But let me figure that part out first.
You have to let them.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I see sometimes they play video games and they, it's like a locker room in there, and they fighting with each other. Whatever. I'm not playing with you no more. How you cheating? And I hear all this commotion. I would be like, I don't like to go in there and be like, oh, what's going on? First of all, I don't want to embarrass him like that. I don't want to embarrass you like that. And then he'll like cool off and walk away. And to be honest with you, I got my own life. So I'm like, I ain't whatever. He'll come to me. If you got to keep yourself occupied. Don't be in your kids' business like that. Get a life, man. Get a life. Figure it out.
Stop living through your son, ma'am.
Gracious, get a book. Read a book.
My gosh, that's what I had to deal with. Like, you want to be so heavily involved. You know what? Just, give him time. Lady.
Get a life.
Get a life.
Seriously.
Stop living through your son and trying to fix every situation. Make sure you talk to him about what he's not doing for it not to be working out.
Whoa.
Get on him about that. Don't come to me about it. Go to him and fix your son. How about that?
Yeah. My biggest goal is to do the best I possibly can. Right? I want to do the best I possibly can. Because once he turns 18, that's it. I'm done. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it. You go to college, you don't go to college, you do this, you do that. I'm done. Because you know what? If God is good and God is willing, me and Dad are out of here. We are going on vacation and I'm going to be free. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do me, be free. I'm not going to be mommy, none of that.
I'm waiting on that day. I already told my kids, y'all getting out of here.
Because I'm doing my hard labor now. I'm going to do my hard labor now. I'm going to teach you about relationships now. We're going to have a relationship that you're going to understand. We're going to do this together. We're going to work. This is practice. This is practice all day. We're on the field right now. I'm showing you what to do, what not to do. But you know what? It ain't going to be applicable until you do it. You got to learn that. I'm giving you lessons right now. This is all practice. It's up to you what you do with it. Because I can't be there with you every second. Oh my God. All right. No, I could give you suggestions. I could do recommendations. I could refer you. I could give you sources. I can lend you ideas. I can help you, work out some strategies. But I'm not going to get involved in your business like that, because guess what? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell your girlfriend something. She's not going to like it. You're going to go back to her. You guys are going to get along. Mm-hmm. She's going to be like, your mom ain't shit. I hate to say it. And then you're going to be like, because it depends on what's going on in the bedroom. What, Mom? Where's my? I don't know who you. And he gonna act like he don't know me. Because guess what? She got something way more powerful than I could ever talk about.
There you go.
And you know what? I'm not getting involved in that. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be like, I'm not even gonna go there, because I don't want to take the chance of losing my kid to because of a relationship, because now she's gonna be bitter. She's like, your mother, And
y'all gonna be arguing, and y'all gonna get along. This is gonna be a lot of tension, because I had to almost be pulled back from fighting somebody before, somebody's mother.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. I've been talking all this crap about. I was just Ada, stop. You fighting grown women? Ooh.
I didn't fight. It was just basically it was the disrespect towards her son, though. And it was, because it was like a toxic situation. Like, you're too involved, and then you do, she was like an alcoholic, so she lashed out at people. So it was one of those situations. So yeah, I almost had to get in his mother's face. And it was like, you are not finna do this at all, ma'am. Yeah. No. So yeah, I had to almost fight mamas up in here. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the next part of it. Okay. If this situation is going on and mama and daddy and all them just can't get out of the situation, can a relationship survive an overbearing family member? It doesn't have to necessarily be your parent, but just somebody that just always got to chime in into what you got going on as far as your family. Like you said, they're biased to the situation. What if you stepped up and was like, lady, back your behind up. Let me handle this relationship. And they just choose not to. That's my son. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to come over here because I got a key. I can do whatever I want.
You got a key.
Whoa.
You got a key.
You got a key.
Right? Is that extra?
That's way too far.
Not saying that was my situation. I'm just saying, just technically, it's some people that probably let mama just come over and do whatever she want to do. She got a bedroom in the house.
Mama looking at my underwear. That ain't happening. Don't. You're not coming in my house anytime you feel like it. Like, I don't want anybody in my house coming in my house anytime they feel like it.
Right? Okay. There's a TikTok on that. They were like, hey, I'm gonna go to your house. And she was like, where? Your house. Whose house? And she was like, I don't even like company like that. Word.
No, absolutely not.
I'm like, when it comes on some things, listen to me. Let me tell you, I'm very private. I am. I'm just, and when you say, oh, private husband, like, it took me a lot to actually, I just started opening up, confirming friend requests just now. Like, literally. I've never had, I never had as many friends as I do right now if you will see me. Because I've always been private, you know, and believe me, I've already made sure I minimize my posts. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I took care of some maintenance before I did that. But the truth is that nobody should come in between you and the person who you sleep with. Absolutely. Nobody should feel like they have a right to just think like, how about if my kids are out of the house? That's the only people I'm worried about. My son. How about my son is out the house doing his own thing, right? When he was in school before he became virtual. Oh my God, we had honeymoons all the time, right? Drop him off at school. I'm like, I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? I want to be free. I don't want here comes somebody with a key opening my door.
Here comes your daddy. Don't he ever go home? Why you always over here?
Are you nuts? No. I'm sorry. You need that privacy and you need romance in your life.
Exactly. Because like I like to walk around my house butt naked when my kids are gone. Like when I don't know what to do with myself half the time when folks like I got the kids. Like what? You got the kids. I don't want nobody to have that kind of access to me when it's just me and my significant other. Like, no, ma'am or no, sir. I don't care if you're a best friend or not, and you're going through some problems, baby. We'll talk about it later because you ain't popping up over here. You got to call before you come.
It's just, you know, honestly, you wind up taking. I think what happens with a lot of, I hate to say it, but when you open your door to your privacy, you open up a lot of avenues as well. Right? You open up a lot of Pandora's box to other stuff.
That's one thing you don't want to do with a relationship. Have too many voices in your relationship. You gotta keep the voices to a minimum because you start listening to everybody. This person tells you need to buy this person said you need to let it go. It's like all of this is in your head. So you want to have a clear conscience when it comes down to a relationship because it comes down to just you and that person. That's it.
That's all that matters.
I agree 100%. But unfortunately, there's some people who really don't have a life, and that's sad for them.
And they living through you. They living through you, so they won't like their relationships fail. You don't know who your daddy is because y'all, she had a rocky life, all of that. So she's like, daughter, I don't want you to be like me and end up without somebody. So she always got to interfere in what you got going on because she's trying to do what's best for you. But it's like, Mom, you got to let me live.
Right. Because if your kid is against what your suggestions are, that's where the buck stops.
Yeah. That's
when you got to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I would handle it. But go ahead. Do you do what you got to do. I'm just letting you know. I foresee something happening. I foresee this, or I don't think that's a good idea. And let me tell you, it goes both ways. There was a girl who I talked to, and her parent. This is a girl, another classmate, right? Because I don't have a lot of people in my life, so people I know is either to work or class. It was something that I had to show up for. So there was this other girl, classmate, and she had a boyfriend who was really mean to her. Well, they had a kid together, and he was really mean to her. And at one point, he spit in her face. Right? That's how bad that's how ugly it got. And she goes, do you know that his mom was sitting in the car when he did that to me? And I said, well, what did his mother do? Nothing. She goes, she didn't do nothing. I said, wow, how pathetic is that woman? Because if I ever saw my son disrespect a woman, if I ever saw that, I would be one, humiliated, because I always raise him. I'm raising him to respect women and children, because that's how I feel, right? That's my line. That's my line. And I told him, I said, honestly, that's my line with everyone, including you, because I taught you better than that. I made sure that I sacrificed a lot of things to make sure that I was there for you and make sure that you were taken care of. So that way, I don't want to hear no excuses of, oh, that's what I saw and that's what I did. No. I want you to be a hero. You know what I mean? And if I ever saw that, I definitely would check him for sure in front of her, because no person deserves that. You know, so I think that's the only way I think I would interject if he was to get stupid with a girl. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it, because he's such a teddy bear, but you don't know.
You never know. You never know what some people, the emotions come out of people. It'd be a whole different animal. Like, son, I didn't raise you to be this way. Yeah, well, mama, she made me get there and go there. So
yeah, but you know, you can't react on your emotions all the time. That was my number one issue. I had a really bad temper growing up because I was a learned behavior from my father. My father had a really bad temper, and I took that with me, and I dealt with it, and I hurt a lot of people with things that I would say. Like, put it like this: I'm not gonna tell you nothing if I don't think it's right or real, but there are time and moments for everything. And now, as a woman in her 40s, now, you know who taught? My son teaches me patience. You know, keep your mouth shut. Absolutely. Keep your mouth shut.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this sidebar, because this is kind of in relation to a little bit of what we're talking about family involvement and things like that. And then actually, if you guys don't mind, I'm thinking about opening it up to the audience to see if they want to kind of chime in on this subject right here. So anybody that wants to kind of join us on the stream, this is the portion of our show that we do allow people to kind of come on and say what they want to say. But it's something that me and Mike had talked about a while back, something that went on that we just felt that needed to get a little bit of, it's called the sidebar. And it kind of has a lot to do with family involvement, but it's on this one. When a child wants to control everything and demand requires less time with your mate. So basically, let's say you're dating somebody and they have children, and you have accustomed your children to depend on you so much. You decide, you've been single for a while, it didn't work out with the father or mother or whatever, but you decide you want to date at this point. But these grown children, almost grown now, independent on themselves, they don't need mama there all the time. But because you're deciding you want to kind of get booed up with somebody, that's an issue. It's more of, mama, I need this, I need that, I need this. So basically the situation is they're stepping up the fact that mama is kind of trying to live her life just a little bit and date other people. But their lives are more important to where she's babied them all their life, pretty much. It's what the situation is. She's babied them so much to where her life revolves around her children, and they're controlling everything to the point where she can't even have a peace of mind. It's always something that she has to do for them. Not saying that's anything wrong with that, but this particular situation is to the point where they feel not even a need to knock on the door when they're trying to have private time at night. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. So it's just like they don't even respect the boundaries and respect that mama has a new person. Now, if this mama is bringing this person into their life, that means she's very serious about this person. So, and these are big kids. These are not babies. These are kids that can go to work and do what they want to do.
There's so much dysfunction in that this whole story. So much dysfunction.
Mike, I think Mike went through that situation. That's why we're talking about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, someone you dated? Someone you dated? Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Yes. I'm a very patient person. I'm an extremely patient person, and this situation for me personally, it started out as me wanting to help someone find themselves. There was always love there. The love was always there, but it was more so like love, and then you try to, help the person that you are in love with, and
right.
It became from the very beginning. It's kind of a warning. So I can't say that I wasn't warned, but me being who I am, I stayed in the situation. I gave it time, but over time, it got to a point where, like Maggie said, like we couldn't look. I'm just going to say, can I be just
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
I'm like,
I couldn't sit on the damn toilet for 5 minutes without something. I could not go to sleep at night. Okay, couldn't go to sleep at night without somebody. It's 3:00 in the morning. Why are you knocking up? What?
No. First of all, why are you waking your mother? First of all, even if you weren't there, why are you waking your mother up at 3 a.m?
Thank you.
Like what? Unless you in diapers and you were a baby, there should be no reason why you're doing that.
These kids were grown, and like I said, it was 16,
that's dysfunction
18,
to it. Yeah, that's not.
That's it. That's like
something wrong with
even if you tried to take a vacation and go to a hotel and stuff, nope. 5,000 phone calls. 5,000 freaking phone calls in a row. So you can't even enjoy yourself, even when you're away from them. So for me personally, it got to a point where that was an issue, but that's just one small part about it. That's just one small part. The biggest issue for me is when a parent just absolutely refuses to discipline kids. And like that's where it fell off for me, when your kids were literally getting arrested for certain things. And now I've been in a little bit of trouble growing up myself. So I'm not trying to go back. Okay. I'm not trying to go back and do any of that. I'm not trying to see any of that. And I'm out here pouring out my heart to y'all on this. Damn, really mellow, Mike. Go ahead.
No, that is that it? Like, did you want to say more?
That's pretty much it. It was more so for me personally. I think where the boundary with everything it should end is when kids are getting in trouble and you refuse to, discipline kids. That right there makes things just so
okay. Well, the only question I have is, how was her past? What was her past about? Like, was she a good mom all her life? Like, was she something like always? Like, was there anything in between that would possibly make her feel guilty to feel like she feels like she has to fix some things? Because I think what happens with some women is that, well, I don't know about men, because I can only speak for me and what I experienced, is that sometimes a woman who's been through a lot and has pushed her kids in the back burner years ago, and now they're older and they still messed up and they still got issues. I feel like you forever feel like it's a job that you need to clean up, right? Because you spilled it. You spilled the juice and aisle 2. And every time you turn around, you got to keep sweeping up aisle 2, because you know that there was something that you dropped the ball on and you didn't take care of when you knew your kid needed it, because you had other priorities besides your kid.
Yeah.
And I think that guilt has a lot of women like this, tied up. And
that's
so I don't think it was the kid's fault. I think whatever happened to you in your past is your past. Whoever's in your life right now needs to accept you for who you are and what you are.
Absolutely.
And you can't go back because you're gonna forever be miserable because you're back there. You're not here. You're back there. You need to be here. You need to say, hey, nah. Mom needs a life.
Thank you.
Mom needs a life. I need to get my act together. I have someone who is down with me and who wants to be with me. And you too grown to be knocking on my door at 3:00 in the morning, with whether I was with a man or not. Don't be knocking on my door. As a matter of fact, get out. Go somewhere. Do something. You know. So it's basically the reverse of what we were talking about. Get like what? Why? No. There has to be bound. When your kids are grown, that's why I told you 18. You understand me? 18. When your kids are grown, you gotta be like, I'm gonna be over here.
Thank you.
Be over here. I did my part. I did my job. Thank you. I did my job. Yes, I resigned. Big plaque. Look, I graduated. You didn't graduate. I graduated. Me, I
gotta have a life.
You know.
Right? You don't get anything thrown at you knocking on my damn door at 3:00 in the morning. Like, I'm so serious.
Let's see what Mel Meek said. I went through this exact same thing. His 16-year-old son just busted up in the room while she was bent over. Just have the right and just don't have no respect for this
exact same thing. His 16-year-old son, his 16-year-old son just busted up in the room while she was bent over. Okay, let me tell you something right now. Hold up. Hold up. We got to talk about that one.
Been there.
Listen, this is my rule until today with my kid. My door's shut. You never open the door.
Don't you ever open that door.
And I'm going to be honest with you. When he was 6 years old, he even nudged it. Mom, knocking on the door. I busted in his room and was like, boom. And I go, don't you ever? He was like,
you crazy.
And my husband was like laughing because I had to scare the bitch. He never saw me like that before. Don't you ever do that again? And he was like, Daddy, no. I don't care. All right. And then he was just like, okay, Mom.
Mama crazy.
Never had to worry about that again. Never. That's it. No, man. My door's shut. Don't you mess with me.
Don't you? Nope. Absolutely.
Don't mess with me. Right? They tell us what they told me. You want to teach your kids something, you got to exaggerate. So when the inspector for the house we bought, he's like, you know what? Because my kid was only 5 years old then. So he's like, you know what? This is what you got to teach him. The furnace, you know what you do? You put his hand on it. You put his hand on it and say, boom. And make sure you scare the crap out of him and say, don't you ever touch it. And like, I was just like, really? That's how he's like, yeah, you got to do it like that. I said, like, what? He said, you got to be all crazy about it. I said, really? You got to do that? Okay. So I use that lesson for everything. The stove, the iron. I'm like, don't you ever, dude. And you know what? That 13 years old, first time he ever got burnt with soup. He put soup in the microwave, and he wanted it warm, a certain temperature. And then when he went to go pull it, the liquid was like, and the broth part fell on his skin. And he was like, oh my God, and screaming. And I'm like, you cooking all that stuff? And when I teach him, I'm like, you're going to get burnt one day. You're not going to like it. So this was the 1 day part. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, we could put aloe vera on it. He's like, oh my God. And I was like, it's life, dude. I said, you know what? I feel good that the first time you ever got burnt was 13 years old. Mm-hmm. Learn your lesson. Mm-hmm. Because some parents allow their kids to microwave stuff. And these kids are getting burnt where they had to get skin graft and everything. You got to supervise your kids, man. Mm-hmm. You gotta really it's craziness out here. You got to watch your kids. Watch your kids, man.
Teresa, right on. Let them kids know that's me, crazy as hell.
Yeah, man, you got it right. I was like, all right. Chrissy said she actually bought that coochie oil.
Yes. Ooh. Yes.
She's like, shaving cream, body lotion.
Yes, that shaving cream. You got to keep getting it. Like, yes, coochie. COOLOOCHY, not IE. Coochie.
Yeah, I didn't tell her I was coming on because, I just talked to you about it. So I forgot to tell you. Sorry, Quircy. I didn't tell you my every move. I'm sorry.
But no, that's what we were talking about, though. Just basically, sometimes it could be the children that can be a little too much. When you're trying to date somebody and they just feel like they sense that mama is trying to have some time and get her little groove back, everything got to be going wrong, especially adult children. Now, I'm not talking about babies. Now, if you got babies, that's different. You got to be a mama to them. But if you got grown children, 17, 18, and go get a job,
nah.
That's a little too much. And you knocking on my door at 3:00 while I'm trying to have some alone time with him. Yeah. I'm not.
You know why? You know, my husband, let me tell you, my husband always tells me, he always told me this too, and this is the truth. And I think I took his advice. He was like, let me tell you something. Our son is going to leave us. Yep. He's going to leave us. He's going to have a life, and he going to act like he don't know us. And that's the way it's supposed to be. He's going to go off, and he's going to build his own life and his own family, and that's the way it is. You need to really figure out what you're going to do right now. Don't wait until he gets older, and then here you are, doing this like, because that's what happens, right? Because some parents are really taking it to another level with these kids, right? Yes, this is my job, and I thought that. I had to learn. I actually thought that. I said, my life ends and my son's life begins. Like my son's life begins. I gave birth to him, and now my life ends. And we used to fight about that all the time. He's like, no, that's not true. No, not true. That's not true. And he's right. Because I see, when I saw the little change, and when he was preteen, when he was just like, I was like, oh, okay. When he finally had his first best friend, that's when I was like, oh, I can let go now. Because it was the guilt. My guilt is that I didn't have another one. He don't have a sibling. I felt bad. I was his friend too. You know what I'm saying? I was his play date, and which was great for me because for what I had going on in my life, like I never had to do artwork. Like I got to do Legos. I got to do stuff that I never did as a kid. So a little girl in me wanted to do that with him. Like, yeah, this is fun. Yeah, sure. Because I was thinking to myself, once he catches on that, only girls do this, he's not going to want to do it no more. And sure enough, I was teaching him how to garden, and he was all into it because of science. And then some girls were like walking down the street and was looking at him, and he was like, I'm not doing this anymore, Mom. He left me, and I was like, oh, he found out he was a boy and he likes girls. Shoot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. What's wrong with you? You can't be gardening. You can't do that.
Which is stupid, right? Because there's a lot of guys who are great gardeners, so that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, oh, you can't, there's no such role. There's no such thing as like gender roles and jobs or anything, relationships, jobs. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. But that's all I had to say. I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm just talking. What are we talking
about? We were just talking about kids having a little too much involvement in the relationship as well and things like that. So, but that's all we got right here. I was trying to open it up to the stream for other people to kind of join on. So I guess they're afraid
it's not working.
To do so. Well, they got to click on it. They got to click on it and join. So they didn't want to.
Can I make an announcement while you're trying to figure that out?
Yes.
My announcement is
just
not too long ago when I came in the office, I checked my IG out. And Merlin I'm going to be interviewing Merlin, which, okay, you guys are like, huh? Who is she? She is, oh my God. I'm fanning out right now. Like I'm wigging out right now. Like this is such a big deal for me. I've been wanting, I talked about it in my video. Do you remember, Maggie, when I talked about Merlin? Do you know who I'm talking about? No. Mm-hmm. Yo, she's coming out tomorrow with me. I'm going to interview her.
Okay.
I was like, listen, I was like, hey, what's going on? I said, listen, I love your work and your song is about to drop and I really would love to interview this and that, blah, blah. And then I sent it and I was thinking, she ain't going to respond. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the chances? Because she hardly gets on. And then she was like, absolutely. How's tomorrow? I was like, sure, anytime. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to go down anytime tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm excited.
You got to announce it and let us know about it. I'll go ahead and reshare that and everything. Let us know how that, what time it is. I'll make sure we
once I
get know about it.
Yeah. Once I get I'm available either between noon and 2 p.m.
Okay.
Or between 5 and 9. How long are we aiming for this to be? Just 45 minutes. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So we're going to be seeing this towards the afternoon. So just let us know about those updates about that. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm going to upload it 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and then 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay.
No matter what. I don't like going live. Like this is the only time I do live because first of all, I don't even know what I'm doing. Number one.
You're doing great.
The other day I thought I was live. So me and Gab for the infomercial for Monet, we're over here thinking we live and we weren't because I didn't know what I was doing.
Meek, Mel Meeks, what is it doing? It should have it where you can set your audio and your video. It's there. You got to press if you're on the mobile device, there's 3 dots on the right hand side. You have to click on and make sure you go into a browser in order to get on. Now, if you're on a computer, it shouldn't give you that issue. So click the 3 dots, and then it'll be able to get you on. And he want to join.
Press the damn button. That's all you gotta do. Press the damn button.
But yes, let us know, Ada or A to B. I'm still calling you Ada, but
it's fine.
A to B.
I get Ada. Honestly, I just respond to anything now at this point. Don't matter.
But no, we're gonna hang out there for a minute. If you want to join and say something, we'll hang a little bit. But we can go ahead and just use this time to kind of promote a little bit too. Basically, if you guys are following Lush Exchange, I do motivational videos in the mornings. Not every morning because, of course, I'm a mother, so life happens, so I can't get it every morning. But these videos are about life lessons and things that you need to, go about your day as far as just how to be a better person, how to be a better you. It just teaches you guys how to get through life. Anything. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about how to turn the other cheek and not react to a certain situation. That was my last video I just did. When you want to just you want to react to somebody making you mad and upset, and you just feel like you got to get that revenge. That was my last video. So make sure you tune into Lush Exchange outside of this show for your motivational mornings, because I just want to get you guys through your day and get you a little positive thing going on with you guys, because we need just a little positivity.
Definitely.
Because, that waking up negative, going to sleep negative, you're going to always be negative. You're going to hang around with negative people. You got to just always think beyond that and be positive about it. Mm-hmm. You can't hear me?
Okay. Now, yeah, I can. Before,
okay. No. Okay.
What were you saying? Say that, because that was important. You said waking up negative, and that's all we got.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was cutting off, but waking up negative, going to bed negative, surrounding yourself with negative people, you're going to always be that. You're going to always wonder why I'm just so groggy and just why everything is just, you got to just cut those people out that are being a cancer to you. It's okay to let them go, but you got to be positive. You got to live your life positive. When you start thinking positive, you do things positive. You eat better. You think better. You do things better. And that's what I'm encouraging on Lush Exchange every other morning. I ain't going to say every morning. Every other morning. Go ahead.
I'm allergic to negative people.
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm like allergic to them.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. Like, I can't. Once I spot that, I don't talk. Like, the conversation is going to be like, if I like you, you can be like, okay. I gotta go. Because I'm like, no, I like you. But if I don't like you, I'm gonna be like this.
Yeah.
Because if you don't got nothing great, if you're not shining, if we ain't doing this together, then I don't need that. I could do that by myself. You know, I could do that by myself. I don't need. Thank you. I don't need help. All right, aftershot. Let's go. What we doing?
So we were trying to get some people on, but that's okay. Meek, if you couldn't get on this time, you can join us next time. So this is our portion where we just kind of promote ourselves and things like that. And we already kind of started it with the Lush Exchange promo. But as well as, if people don't know, I also do sports content on my own channel, Miss Maggie T, MS Maggie T. I do Atlanta Hawks, Braves, Falcons, what have you. But I am also a sports news reporter. So that's just I love sports. And of course I talk about relationships and things and everything on Lush Exchange, but a lot of people don't know that I love talking about sports. So if you guys want to hear about some Atlanta sports, follow me on Miss Maggie T. I'm giving you all the content when everything is, whatever is going out, I'm on it. At least try to be. But I enjoy that. Follow us on Atlanta Falcons Nation as well. We just interviewed an amazing content, journalist, football players. I mean, the works. I am the owner and operator of Atlanta Falcons Nation. A lot of people don't know that about me. But, me and Matt might, because of this whole connection, because we just love sports. And
I'm hanging out with some pretty cool people right now.
Yes. So a lot of people don't know I love talking sports. So I was introduced to Matt Mike through a mutual Facebook group that we joined together. And I just saw his potential and I love talking about it. And we created this empire of Atlanta Falcons Nation that is today. It's actually over 70K followers over social media.
Oh, I should get it in there. I've been wanting to interview both of you. So
yes,
be expecting my invite. Yeah, I would love to do that. Well, I don't know. I don't know how, Mike. You don't like getting personal, so I don't know. You ain't gonna like my questions. I don't know.
I can get personal.
You're warned. What? You're warned. All right. Okay. Cool.
I would love it.
Maggie. I've been whispering in Maggie's ear, like, oh, I want you to come on, Maggie. Where you going? Maggie.
But enough about me, Miss A to B. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, man, I pour out my heart in these videos. Like, I really, what's crazy is that I don't know why, but I was a little embarrassed to tell my boss about what I do, right? Because my manager, I think she's dope, right? And it's hard to find people like that, people who you're subordinate to say that. And I really mean it. I've been working under her for 6 years. And I don't know. What happened? Okay, she's gonna reset. Mm-hmm. So you good? Peekaboo. Hey. So I finally told her today that I actually have Mom First Alwayz network. And the reason why I told her that is because she's actually going to be doing t-shirts for me. Okay. So yeah, she actually does that. She loves it. It's like a craft for her. And she got the whole thing going out. A good friend of hers, our best friend, that's what they like doing. And I was like, okay. Because like at my job, we have to wear masks, and then we have to wear the cover for eye protection. And she actually put like in its like really nice font my name, so that way we all have our names. And she put little hearts in that, and I was like, that is so cute. And that's how the conversation even came about. And then I finally, you wait for the moment. So I finally was like, you know what, I wouldn't mind just having them on the side, and it's something you do, so it'd be kind of cool to have a personal touch. And yeah, so she's just wanted to do a few shirts for me so that I could just have them for the summer. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So Mom First Alwayz, my last video number 28, it explains how I originated, how it got started, and what's the passion and the force behind it. I explained it all. And then I wanted to make it into a network. So this upcoming Saturday, Under the Moon is going to be my first show under Mom First Alwayz Network with my niece, who is my co-author to a book. So yeah, we're actually going to be talking about entertainment and amusement. So anything under the moon, that's the whole point. You know, there's plenty of times her and I have had these type of conversations, like anywhere throughout our whole life. Conversations about actors and actresses. You know, she's a movie buffer. I'm a movie buffer. Well, I was. So I like old school movies. So it's going to be fun. And it's going to be on Saturdays at 1:00.
Okay, 1:00. Everybody subscribe to Mom First Alwayz on YouTube.
And I'm interviewing her tomorrow. Okay. Done. I think I'm done. I'm interviewing her tomorrow and Merlin.
Okay. Look, you busy.
Chrislyn. Yeah.
And Mad Mike. What you got?
Well, everybody know what we have. Atlanta Falcons Nation, Mad Mike Sports. Mad Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation is basically where we give the people an opportunity to be seen, whether you want to be a writer or you want to be a creator. Here at Atlanta Falcons Nation, we want to give everyone an opportunity to just, like I said, it's not a lot of people out here who are willing to give the knowledge that they've been that they've accumulated over the years. And me personally, it took me years to kind of get to this point. And I just wanted to give those, because there's a lot of people who can't afford to go to school. They want to go to school for journalism. I just want to be able to help those people, further or get started with their career and just get a taste of it, because I grind it from the ground up. Maggie and I, we built this thing for years. This is nearly 10 years of just hard work and grind.
It's over 10 years now. It's almost past
it's over 10 years. And I've accumulated a lot of knowledge, and we actually created a business. It's called Creative Coaching, where we give everyone the basics. All right, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. It ain't free, okay? It ain't free. It's gonna cost you. But we're giving our 10 plus years of unquote expertise and creating this giving you the basics on how to get started, whether it's traffics from social media and just doing what we do as YouTube creators. So that's what creative coaching is about. So if you're interested, just hit up Miss Maggie or myself, and we will we'll hash out a plan as far as the payment and all that thing. But these are for those who are extremely interested, and this is not a joke. I will tell you ass to go to the left, okay? If you waste my time, all right? That's it. To the left, get that. That's all right? But create.
Oh, that sounds like a place I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've been doing this for quite some time, and we just kind of want to give back to people that just really want to do what we're doing. So of course we're not experts, but we, based on experience and trial and error, we know a little bit, so we just want to give it back to people that really truly want to do something with themselves as far as YouTube or social media or whatever you're trying to advertise on. That's what we're here for. So, but on that note, that's about it. We went almost 2 hours here. Like, this has been a great episode. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in to us. I'm glad you guys checked in with us. Go ahead and subscribe to Mom First Alwayz on YouTube, and that's with a Z.
Yeah, with a Z.
Don't forget that. As well as Lush Exchange. If you're on Facebook and Instagram or wherever else you're watching this, follow us on Lush Exchange as well. Lush and Miss Maggie T. Atlanta Falcons Nation. It's all in the description. Don't worry about it. If you can't figure it out right now, A to B's link will be in the description of the show. So in case you lost it, it'll be there.
Flutter the subscribe button. Come on, keep me alive, people. Keep me alive.
And she will be back. She will be back. And Miss Nikki B will be back next week. So don't worry about it. All right, you guys. Until the next time. Appreciate you guys. Check out that Motivational Monday. Or what is it? Thursday. Lord, I'm getting the days mixed up. Motivational Thursday. Thank you, Carter Walker. Appreciate you.
Thank you for everyone. Sorry if we couldn't hear you guys through the stream. Next time.
Thank you, Miss Teresa. Appreciate you tuning in to us. And we are out of here. And peace. Share this with your friends, people. We're out. Peace.